Hi everyone, it's Vicky again here with the Hip Kit December kit, and I'm loving this kit so much and I just can't leave it. This is day 2 and I'm doing a second layout. So my idea to do here was to do a Christmas tree with little paper squares. So I cut up some 1-inch strips of the various papers and then cut those into 1-inch squares. So you're not going to have to watch me do all of this. There you go. By the powers of video, we can speed it up and you don't have to watch me do it. So I separate them into their piles and put them to one side. And I draw a triangle onto the page. I draw a triangle first and I think that's not big enough. This is a whole page layout, so I need it bigger. So I just made it a bit bigger after that. And there it is. That's the size. So I'm just going to put all these squares, layer them on, in a random pattern, no real pattern to it, just randomly put these squares on, and I'm going to layer it all the way up to the top. So I'm just sort of playing with that to see how it's going to look when I do that. And yeah, that's what I'm doing there. So I just get to row 3 and then I think, okay, yeah, I like this, so I'm going to go for it. So I start off by sticking them all down individually, which takes a while, but it kind of works. So you'll see once I get to row 2, I change my method of doing it. But first I realise that I've put these on slightly wonky and I need to straighten them up. So I just straighten those up there. And start on line 2. So I just use the ruler each time to sort of butt the bottoms up to, if you see what I mean. And so there we go, line 2, and stick them all down. It's in a random pattern, and then line 3, and in a moment, again, I'll speed it up so you don't have to watch me put all of those on. There we go. So now almost to the top, just carried on in the same way all the way up to the top. So next I start to ruffle them up, and that's when I notice one's loose and have to restick it. But I ruffle them all the way up just to add some texture to the page. And I decide to stick 3 of the spare ones down at the bottom, sort of like a trunk, but that gets covered up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I wasn't very pleased with it, so I was happy to cover it over. Next I take out the shimmers, the red and the green that we have in the kits this month, just to do splatters all over the tree and all around it, because I haven't done any other mixed media on here and I was feeling that it was a bit bare without it. So here we go, here comes the red as well, and that goes all the way around, plus all over the tree again. And finally, once I dry that, I use some white. So I do white splatters just on the tree to resemble sort of snow or twinkly lights or whatever it could be. Just adds a bit of extra colour on there, or non-colour, I guess, white. But anyway, just adds a bit of splatter on there, and you'll be able to see that well in the close-ups. So I've chosen my picture. It's me with a Santa hat on and a glass of champagne in my hand saying cheers. So I'm going to put that where you see it now, but first I'm cutting this little stack of gifts out of a Project Life card, and now I'm mounting the photograph on some Project Life cards, just cutting around them there to mat them down. Okay, and I trim up the red a bit more there. So that's that. Next, I'm going to pull out some embellishments and just bring a few onto the page to see what works and what doesn't. And I go through the whole stack. I think there were some in the Project Life, some in the embellishment kits, and some from the main kit. So there's a bit of a mixture going on in there. Those little tree fronds were really cute on there, I thought, just because they're meant to be Christmas tree, I guess, and they went in really well. So now I'm adding some puffy sticker baubles, and before that I added some epoxy stickers. This is just from the die cuts. It says Holly Jolly, and I thought it looked nice at the bottom of the tree, finished off the bottom quite nicely. And then I start sticking all the embellishments down to make sure they stay, and foam a couple of those gifts there. I foam, and one I leave flat just to add some dimension at the bottom there. You can see you've lost that sort of fake trunk that I made, which I was pleased about. Next up, some sequins. I stuck down the photo you would have seen, and now I'm adding some sequins for a bit more bling, as if there isn't enough bling on this page already. We're having more. And just a little tag in there, tucked in around the photo, and another sequin there on the die cut. Then I start to think about a title, and we have these puffy stickers here, and there's one section that says holiday cheer, but I wanted to do cheers because I have a glass of champagne and I thought that would be appropriate. So I steal the S from another part, from 'Tis the Season, which I probably wouldn't use. So I steal that S, and then I just open these chipboard stickers and find a star. And that's the final layout. So it came together fairly easily. There are some close-ups here so that you can see the splatters and the texture on the layers. And I hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you like it. See you again soon. Bye-bye.